Welcome once again, everybody. MrScaryMuffin here, and we are doing another Pokemon game from that Nugget Bridge tournament. This is round 4. I am playing against a guy named Kelvin. His formal name was SpacemanSpiff, his NB name, as they call it, SpacemanSpiff, and he and I are both 1 win, 2 losses at this point. And surprisingly, we learned at this point that we had a chance to make into Top Cut. Anybody who was X and 2, that is to say, only have 2 losses after all the Swiss rounds, would be able to move on forward. So I still had a chance. I couldn't believe it. And you can see in my team here, I've actually switched up my team a little bit. I believe I took out the Slowbro. I didn't have time to redo the spread, and that I was a little bit lazy. I had made a Gardevoir for Jasmine, and I decided, you know what, let me bring this Gardevoir onto my team and use it in lieu of the Slowbro. The only thing I am missing is some kind of fire coverage attack right now, but I do have the Charizard, and I'm hoping the Charizard alone would scare people from bringing things such as Ferrothorn or Gourgeist into a battle. Anyways, without much further ado, let's get into game 1 against Calvin. So last time I mentioned the benefit of playing in a specific way and then changing up how you play, just to screw around with their heads. I'm starting again with my Meowstic and Garchomp, hoping to get that Safeguard swagger going. He is going to straight up reveal that it is not Charizard Y, but Charizard X, which surprised me. Every time I see a Charizard, I always assume it is a Charizard Y. I need to start learning how to read teams so that I can tell that, hey, this team is made to support a Charizard X as opposed to support a Charizard Y. It makes a difference. I'm going to get that Rock Slide off, and it's not going to hit Charizard as much damage because it's no longer a flying type. Instead, it's a Fire Dragon type. And if it uses a Dragon attack, it actually might have been able to one-shot my Garchomp. But instead, it's going to Dragon Dance, and now it might actually be faster than my Garchomp. So that is going to be something I have to watch out for. I am going to straight up swagger him, and this is actually a bad play because I didn't realize this, but Charizard X is a physical attacker and not a special attacker. Actually, it can be mixed, and I think I'll show you guys in a later game that some people do run a mix, but Charizard X tends to be a physical attacker, and thanks to me boosting up him, he is going to right off the bat just hit me really hard and one-shot my Meowstic, which is really too bad. But I will get that Dragon Claw off and get rid of his Mega, which is going to be a great boon on my part. That Zapdos might come up with a Hidden Power Ice. That seems to be something. Yeah, there he goes. Hidden Power. I don't usually run Hidden Power stuff because I have no idea how to figure it out. And oh, I'm using Focus Sash. I mentioned it last time. Would it be nice if I had Focus Sash? Well, there it is. And that is definitely going to be very helpful here. I have a chance to Sucker Punch things now if I suspect they're going to hit. He's going to throw out the Vaporeon. Sucker Punch is such a tricky move to use, and I still haven't quite learned exactly how to do it, which might actually be the benefit because I throw it out unpredictably. Sucker Punch will always fail if your opponent, if the target is not doing an attacking move, or if the target attacks first. So that's one of the problems. And I love Sucker Punch so much too, which is kind of a problem. But I'm going to throw rocks and try to get some flinches off here. I like to play the hacks game a lot. I like to hope for bad things to happen to my opponent. Muddy Water is going to do some simple spread and chip away at my Mawile a little bit. I'm going to throw out the Iron Head, and I didn't realize that steel doesn't hit water very hard. That's just something I did not know. You learn something every day, I guess. And I think I'm going to forget that lesson later on too. He's going to go with Helping Hands, and I suspect maybe a priority thing coming out here, but nope, Sucker Punch is going to come out. I'm like, well, okay, let me just do that. And going to hit with the quick energy ball from my Gardevoir is Choice Scarf, which means he goes super fast. But I probably did a very, very bad thing there using the energy ball. One, I revealed the energy ball, and secondly, it just really didn't hit for that much damage. Both of them are going to protect here just to scout out what I might be doing the next turn. I go for the Sucker Punch, and I go for the Energy Ball. Zapdos has been out for a very long time, and Zapdos has pressure, which reduces the PP of all my attacks. So like the most I can do for Sucker Punch is like 4 times before I run out of PP energy. And I think I was running very low on Sucker Punches at this point already. I had like maybe 1 more Sucker Punch. But that said, I still didn't run out. I still had the option to do it. He's going to throw out the Thunder Wave and paralyze me. And then throw out a Pokemon called Swagger. And there's no swagger on this Pokemon. I don't get it. Anyways, I don't get the joke. I really need to switch out my Gardevoir here so that I can switch it back in, but I didn't do that. Namely because I didn't have a Pokemon to switch out for. So all that's left is my poor little Mawile, who is paralyzed, but I will get to play rough on the Salamence and just get rid of that right off the bat. And hopefully I'll be able to deal with the Zapdos. Zapdos has, if you guys recall, it has Detect, it has Thunderbolt, it has Thunder Wave, and it has Hidden Power Ice. And none of those are going to do that much damage to me. My Iron Head should be enough to finish it off. It also has been hurting itself with its Life Orb too, so that's been really helpful. So barely won here. In this game, I basically won just because I got lucky, and I'm a terrible player in general. It's a game that you come to expect from a 1 and 2 from 2 players who are 1 and 2 in this tournament, to be honest. But I got lucky and I came out on top, and I came in with the same team, hoping to do better than I normally do, and I assumed that he would try to run something different, and I want to see what he might do. I just didn't want to reveal too much from my team. Coming into this one, I also realized what I had to do better with my Gardevoir, and that is to not get it locked onto Choice Energy Ball, and instead get it locked in something that can do more damage, which may or may not be Dazzling Gleam. Try to throw the Swagger on the Salamence, and I miss. Swagger, I always thought was like a 100% thing, but I guess it isn't. I just been throwing it out willy-nilly, and he's going to double team on my Meowstic, but Meowstic stays alive like a boss. He's going to show his new Pokemon. This is something that I hadn't seen last game, and that is the Ludicolo. He's going to switch out, and I'm going to get my Mawile out to also get the Intimidates off on him. His Mawile hasn't evolved yet, but there it goes now. And I wonder if it's going to just protect on this turn. I really hope it does. I'm going to get the Swagger off, and I hit the Ludicolo, which is really good because Ludicolo is a special attacker, so the attack boost I give him basically doesn't do anything. It might help his Fake Out, but really their attack is so pitiful that it's not going to help at all. Iron Head comes off, so Meowstic is going to go down. I was going to just throw out the Swagger and not even try the Safeguard because I knew that it wasn't really going to work out. I had to switch out the Garchomp because the Garchomp was -2 already from the 2 Intimidates that had gone off. And right now his Mawile is -1, whereas my Mawile is perfectly fine. And my Garchomp's going to go with the Protect because I'm afraid of the Play Rough coming towards it. But he's actually going to Protect with his as well, and maybe do a Fake Out with the Ludicolo. But he's confused, and he slaps himself in the face because he's a silly dog. And I'm going to use Iron Head because I didn't learn my lesson in that water types are resistant to steel. I really should have gone for the Play Rough. I remember reading that Play Rough was like 90 or 80% accuracy, so I was like, I'll go for the Iron Head because Iron Head is 100% accuracy, and I want guaranteed damage as opposed to chip damage. But he's going to switch out to his Salamence, and Salamence has the ability to do Fire Blast on my guy or Draco Meteor on my Garchomp. But my Garchomp, of course, has that Focus Sash, so he'll be able to survive a hit. I activate the Citrus Berry on the Ludicolo here, so he's going to heal up some health, and I'm going like, man, this guy's bulky. Gets out of the confusion, and it's going to use something really weird. Teeter Dance. Which confuses everybody, which is really weird. I never knew this move existed, but everybody on the field becomes confused or has a chance of being confused. It actually misses on himself, and Mawile, of course, was protecting. So if I had thrown out that safeguard earlier, that actually would have prevented me from having this trouble. I'm going to toss out my Garchomp because he is confused and bring it back the Gardevoir, who is 4 times weak to steel, so hopefully, Mawile will leave me alone. Ice Beam comes out onto the Gardevoir, so that's good. I save my Garchomp, and my Garchomp also still has the Focus Sash, so it's guaranteed to survive for a bit. I hit the Play Rough on the Mawile, thinking that it would still be a Salamence, but I was dead wrong. I will get a Sucker Punch off of it anyway, so none of these attacks are doing very well. I can see why some people might run Fire Fang on their Mawile, just for that Mawile versus Mawile matchup. Giga Drain gonna come out to recover even more health on the Ludicolo, and probably some kind of steel attack. Yeah, there it goes. Gonna finish out the Gardevoir before Gardevoir can do anything else. So Gardevoir once again not really doing anything for the team. Why do I even play Gardevoir on my team? I don't even know. But Garchomp's going to come back, and Garchomp has a chance to do some good damage here with an Earthquake if the Mawile stays in, but nope, it's going to switch out to a Flying type. Naturally. And Ludicolo going to protect here. He's probably predicting that Earthquake. Do I do it? I Sucker Punch. If I Sucker Punch, it means I'm not Earthquaking, and instead I Rock Slide, hoping for some flinches. But wow, everything misses, and basically it was a nothing turn. Zapdos is super protective. He keeps protecting with it. I think he just wants to keep the Zapdos alive in order to whittle away at the PP of all my attacks, using that pressure ability. But here comes another Teeter Dance, so that protection also prevents itself from that Teeter Dance, and it's going to confuse both my Pokemon. Yay! Everybody's having fun now. And at least I get an Iron Head off. Maybe this will kill finally. Yes, there you go. Get rid of that guy. Get out of my face, son. And in comes the Salamence, which will probably Draco Meteor and one-shot my Garchomp. Actually, does my Garchomp still have the Sash up? Mawile snaps out of confusion. Yay! Nobody's staying confused very long in this match. Surprisingly. I assume he was probably going to try to do something fancy. Looks like he's going to double target the Mawile here. And if I can get rid of his Salamence, I should be in pretty okay shape. Because his Zapdos really only has Thunderbolt as an attack. Oh no, actually has Hidden Power Ice. Never mind. So Zapdos does have options to take out the Garchomp, and he's going to take out the Mawile here. So every one of his remaining Pokemon has an attack that can do really good damage to the Garchomp. So not much that Garchomp can do to survive this one. Hidden Power Ice, Play Rough, or Draco Meteor. We actually haven't seen Draco Meteor come out of the Salamence just yet. But he's going to switch up again because obviously the Salamence is stuck on the choice on Fire Blast, so it has to switch out so they can change its attack when it comes back in. And he's going to do some very smart switching here as well, just to reduce the amount of damage I do with all these Intimidates as well. And even if my only way that I can get out of this is to just Rock Slide him and get flinches, but instead I'm going to slap myself in confusion several times. Seems smooth. Seems like the right move to do. And there it goes. So that was game 2, won pretty handily by my opponent. I was kind of worried at this point because I took the first game, as I mentioned, by pure luck. And moving into the next one, I was really scared. I'm like, how will I improve myself? Well, he's probably going to assume I'm going to bring in my other team, but I kind of have to bring in the other team to deal with his Mawile. And I really should have brought it in last time as well. But he's going to switch up his team as well. Like, both of us were running Mawile and Charizard on our team, so we can only bring one or the other. But that Intimidate's going to go off here, and it's going to affect my Garchomp for sure. Did he evolve first? No, it looks like I evolved first. So my guy is a little faster than his, it looks like. Either that or I Mega evolved first and he didn't Mega Evolve at all. No, he just protects actually. Okay, yeah. So I Mega first, which would actually put me on higher on the speed tier list too. It's gonna go for the Dragon Pulse and not even bring me down to the Sash, but it will break the Sash. And I throw out that Rock Slide because a Rock Slide normally will get to one-shot the Charizard, but the Charizard is going to protect instead. And I've revealed my Ancient Power immediately because I don't have another game after this, so I might as well just go and reveal the thing. But okay, it is Charizard X. Oh wait, did we saw this? We did see this in the beginning, right? Oh my gosh, I'm already losing it, guys. Anyways, Dragon Pulse is gonna go and probably finish off. No, actually, he's gonna go after the Charizard. He says, "Forget it, I'm going after this one." Throw out the hidden, the ancient power, and this is gonna do okay damage. Charizard X, of course, becomes a little bit more bulkier, and he's gonna try for that Dragon Dance again. I don't know if that's a really good move, but he does lose that flying thing, so it might work out for him. Who knows? Switch out the Garchomp because he might go down. Get out the Gardevoir. He was probably predicting that I was going to do that switch last turn, and I was hoping that he would do it again this turn, just to try, just because Gardevoir is now immune to Dragon type, so it'd be pretty good. And I actually switched both my Pokemons because I'm like, well, where's the Dragon Pulse gonna go? Is the Dragon Pulse gonna? He actually went after the Garchomp, but if it went either way, Steel resists Dragon Pulse, and the Fairy type is immune to it, so I would take very little damage on this switch in. The only thing that I was kind of scared of was Fire Attack, which hits neutral against Gardevoir and hits for effectiveness against Aegislash, but I knew Aegislash was gonna survive. He has to switch out his Salamence now because it just doesn't do anything anymore. And I think, what am I going to do here? I think, okay, he's going to Protect. I was going to go for the Dazzling Gleam, I think, to hit for weakness against the Charizard. But instead I'm going to King Shield with the Aegislash to protect against any potential fire types, and I was hoping to get him this time, but that didn't happen because he protected himself. But I do hit a little bit on the Zapdos, and I am, with the leftovers, I will be able to survive a Flare Blitz here. But the Flare Blitz goes off on the Gardevoir instead. Interesting. And we'll take it out, so I don't even get a chance to wipe the floor with that. And but the recoil is going to hurt him a lot. This paralysis is actually going to hurt the Aegislash a lot, because even though it's paralyzed, it will change into Blade Stance if I'm doing an attack, and even if I fail the attack. But I will be able to get my Flash Cannon off, so thankfully there it goes, and doing not that much damage. Again, I don't know what my type chart very well, so yeah, just going by the seat of my pants here. But one of the cool things that I knew already when I have an Aegislash, as soon as I go Blade Form, I'm gonna go crazy Blade Form. I'm gonna be never going back to Shield Form, because it's like a game of chicken with my opponent, and I'm gonna be like, oh, you think I'm gonna go back to Shield Form? Because normally people will go right back to Shield Form, right? Because oh no, I don't want to be in Sword Form. But for me, I'm like, I'm guaranteeing that they know I'm gonna going back into Shield Form, and I'm just going to stay in Sword Form all the friggin' time. But surprisingly, he did actually attack into the Aegislash, but I'm just going to be spamming Shadow Sneak for the rest of this match until the Aegislash goes down. I don't even care at this point. Once he goes into Blade Form, he's like dead to me. And I really like playing it that way, because they're going to be like, well, he didn't go King Shield this time, but this time he has to go King Shield. And every single time, I just don't go King Shield. And I really like that. I am afraid of the Fake Out from Ludicolo here, but we didn't see it last game, and instead he is going to Protect, which probably tells me that it's not running Fake Out. It's probably running something like Ice Beam, a Water Move, and Giga Drain and Protect. And it's going to go for the Draco Meteor. This is going to hit pretty hard. But I tank it. It's okay. It's okay, guys. My guy's pretty strong. Heat Wave! Of course, the Quack protects himself. And Under the Sun, this is going to do some decent damage. And did I even Shadow Sneak this turn? I don't even remember. I guess I did. Well, Shadow Sneak again. Always attack. Oh, I think I Shadow Sneak into the Ludicolo, and the Ludicolo just like protected. And here comes another Draco Meteor. Is probably gonna. Oh, actually, he's gonna target the Aegislash. Okay. Which is really interesting, but he's barely doing any damage, and he's now going to be -4 after 2 of those, and it's not going to be doing that much damage anymore because of that. Heat Wave comes out, it's going to kill it anyway, so I guess he just wanted to kill something. And wow, actually going to do a ridiculous amount of damage to the Ludicolo Under the Sun as well. It was a critical hit, so that definitely changed the pace of the game here. Citrus Berry is going to come up, but it's not going to heal that much back. That is actually a ridiculous critical. It came in at a very, very opportune time. He's going to go for the Ice Beam. and that's going to hurt a lot. I still have one more Pokemon in the back to bring in. That's a Garchomp, and I'm pretty confident that my Garchomp is faster, and he's going to protect, but just stall out the sun, I guess, so his water attack does more damage. I don't know. Just to see what's going to come out, I'm just going to Dragon Claw. And yeah, you can see that it does make a difference. If he didn't get critical before, he would have been easily able to survive that Dragon Claw. And again, once again, I survive just by luck. So I get to move on. I'm 2-2 at this point, and he is now 1-3 out of contention for top cut. And I will get one more game from that Nugget Bridge tournament, guys, to show for you. So stay tuned, and once again, I'm trying to save up for a capture card. If you guys do want to help out, maybe, I don't know, there is a donation link in the video description below. Thank you very much, guys. See you guys next time.